Hello everybody. Thank you for selecting this video. I hope you will enjoy the subject that I have presented to you today. The native API for IRIS is a very general interface that you can use from almost all common programming languages. It has only one minor limit. You get all the functions, you get all the access to classes, to globals. What is missing is the access to the command line that you usually have available, and I have created an extension, and this extension allows you to use the native API as if you were sitting on a console or on a terminal command. For this demo, I have prepared a container that has an instance of IRIS with the extension and a Python program to make use of it. There is other examples also using it from ObjectScript, but okay, ObjectScript to IRIS is not that big interest. It's the important part, how to use it from outside, like from a Python program. So, and therefore now we start our container. That is already running, and we enter it as a user in a normal session. So here is the user, and the interesting piece, of course, is how does this extension look like? What is the background? And the background, in my opinion, is very, very simple. The routine to run is called %ZX, and that is it. You send your command line, whatever you do, to this interface. It is executed. If you have an error, the error is trapped, and you get a reply. No miracle behind that. The point is how to make use of it. Now I have left the container and I re-enter it, not on Bash, but directly in Python 3 with my demo program called rcc.py. We start it, and it first asks me about the server IP. I do this on my local one, which is localhost, server port standard 1972, namespace user, username system, It's all a total standard installation with no tricks behind. And the important step is now you are connected with the Python client to the IRIS instance. And the demo offers several options to exercise, and I'll start here with the default option, which is sending $ZV to see the version. I can shift it a little bit to the left. You see it's your version 2030. and yes, let's see the actual time on server. The actual time on server shows 15:55, which is not correct, since this is UTC, which is the default for containers, and we'll later on change this to see how this is possible. We see what time zone this is. It is 0. This means there's no offset from UTC. Another thing that is prepared is access to various server hardware, under quotes hardware, since this is a container. That's what the container thinks he is. He's an Intel i5. This is really my machine here that I use. And now with the option 0, I can enter a command. Every command has to return something, and I do this by using a grid. So if I set the time zone equals -120, means I'm back from UTC by 2 hours, which is Middle European summertime. There's a 2 hours offset from UTC, and I quit to verify that this is done. Well, it is done. And now if I take my choice number 2, this gets the time. You see, this is 2 hours more. This is the way how this time zone parameter works. Of course, I can do some calculation, and let's see what happens if I do an error. Say quit 17 divided by 0, which is definitely wrong. It sends me back my divide error. That's the way this thing operates, and we will later take a look to the code also. Let's first do the next exercise and do a global listing, and I have to admit that there are more elegant ways than do it over the command line. The code, the standard package for Python is well prepared to do this, but this is not the task here. So I do a global listing. It asks me for a global, and this is the one that is prepared. I know he's there. And it's a little bit a complicated global, not all on the same level as you may see in a normal class or table. It really goes up and down. This is making the tricks on using the tricks that you can have in a global, and it makes the listing a little bit more a challenge. So I do this, and you see we have a top level, first subscript, second subscript, first subscript. Then from first you jump down 3 subscripts, and one more, and you get back the values as strings, as integers, or as list blocks, just as you used from your interface from the terminal command line or from system management portal, and you get it here. That's the important one. You get it here into your Python client that way. Okay, and so you have seen the major functions here. Oh, and now we terminate this. The key elements of the demo program is IRIS Native for the connection. Then you get the parameters. Here you build the connection and create the IRIS DB access. Well, and all communication to the server runs over this small routine. The function that is calling %ZX with the parameter, and to make sure it terminates, there's always a quit appended, whether that is necessary or not. Well, and all the rest here is just interface to the user. You have, for instance, typical call. The method is called act to get the value, and you provide the command line string depending whatever you do. You have to know, of course, your classes and make this work. Then you have the menu block that you have seen in action, and finally, a little bit more tricky than the rest is the global dump. This is the access to the last global reference, and more important, the formatting of the result string. It provides you either with list blocks, provides the correct quotes, provides numbers as you need. And then you just run with your $query. First you have a $D in the beginning, and then you run with a $query across the global until there's nothing to get anymore. But this is all just Python and the user interface, and has nothing to do with IRIS. Okay, this was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was interesting to you, and I hope you will see me again with my next video on this channel. Goodbye.